My thing here says there's somebody on line 3, but line 3 is empty. So we can check that again. I'm going to guess, Jonathan in Columbia, you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, Jonathan?
Pretty well, yourself?
Not bad.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on the lady that called from Ohio, the black lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I myself, I'm black, I'm an atheist as well, and, you know, she is right for sure that, you know, I actually have never met another black atheist. Never. And I think a part of the reason might be just our history. You know, people who tend to be oppressed seem to be more religious. And you look at most black people, whether it's, you know, America or the Caribbean or Africa, you know, we are a few years out of maybe trying to fight colonialism or, you know, civil rights struggles, and many of us are still, you know, in that mentality. So I think that may have something to do with us being so dependent on faith. It's kind of a part of who we are as a people.
Yeah, I think you may have a good point there. There's a number of possibilities like that have been suggested. I tend to avoid getting into it because the last thing the world needs is a fat, dumb white guy trying to comment on racial issues and then making a bunch of stereotypical comments. I think your point may be one well worth taking, that, you know, and it kind of relates to what I was saying about, you know, we're still transitioning from the injustices we did. If people aren't necessarily comfortable sharing space with one another because of racial tensions, you don't want to add to that mix with the tension of also being different because of your religious beliefs. So it's like if you had this gay atheist black guy, you know, if you're in a couple closets, you're not coming out of either one of them until you're comfortable with who you are in the situation you're in, irrespective of the two things that you're in the closet about.
It's funny you would say that because, you know, I myself am actually gay as well.
Oh, great.
And, you know, my two best friends in the world are Christians, and one of them is very fundamentalist. One is not that fundamentalist. But I realize that you really can't appeal to them using logic. I mean, I simply do not believe because, you know, evidence, you know, for me to believe that there is a God. But with them, I can't go to them with that angle. I have to try to appeal to their emotion. And when I do, they say they won't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, I would say things like, you know, Christianity was a willing part of, you know, black people being enslaved and stuff like that. And they refused to even address it from that angle. So even you know, from there, we can have that conversation. But I know for a fact that, you know, going to them with logic certainly doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't, it's been said before that you can't reason somebody out of a belief that they didn't reason themselves into. I don't know that I buy that, but as far as truisms go, I think it's probably got some merit. The emotional ties are incredibly deep in the issue of religion. It's the reason why we are often accused of being nasty to an individual when really we are addressing an issue. Not to say that I've never been nasty to an individual. I'm sure that I have on many occasions. But if we're trying, these issues are so much a part of the core of the individual that any attack on the issue is viewed as a personal attack on the person as well. And in that kind of environment, emotions are going to run high, even when you attempt to use reason. Even when reason would work with an individual on any other issue, it can be blocked by that. Yeah.
I agree completely.
Well,
that's it for me.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Trifecta.
Yeah.
Black, atheist, gay.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, man.
He's probably doing fine. Sounds like he's actually enjoying life, able to get along with people who disagree with him and call in and talk about it and offer some insight to some people who really don't have enough information. I know there's a number of issues that have come up. You know, why are there not so many black atheists outspoken? Why are there not as many females? And there are people that are looking into this, but you have to realize that while atheism has been around since the very first claim that there was some God, we're living in an era right now where we've lost ground. If you look at the 19th century, the free thought movement, and you read some of the things that, for example, as I've said a million times before, read some of the things that Colonel Ingersoll was saying at public lectures at the Republican National Convention. This was their speaker one year. If you look at the types of things he was saying, those things vanished. They weren't spoken. When I was younger, the only public atheist I had any knowledge of was Madalyn Murray O'Hair, and she was reviled. It's not like I wasn't aware of any atheist that was lauded or outspoken or openly attacking religion outside of that. And now we're living in an era where, thanks to the internet, thanks to some rather horrendous acts taken on behalf of individuals' faith, more and more people are starting to speak up. The issues are being talked about. The level of public debate is being raised. Bestsellers are being written. And all of a sudden, a lot of people who quietly sat by, feeling ostracized, feeling like they were the only person that didn't believe, smiling and nodding as their religious family members talked about what wonderful works God was doing in their lives and how God was punishing these people over here. Now those people are starting to feel empowered, that they have a voice. If you're one of those people, you need to feel empowered. You do have a voice. Your voice matters. It counts. It's going to count when it comes time to vote. We are a significant portion of the population, non-believers, the nuns, the largest growing segment of religious population in recent years, and yet our voice is not heard when it comes to political issues. And now we're starting to correct that. We have a lobbyist in Sean Faircloth with the Secular Coalition for America. There are a number of activist groups that are changing the way things work, and it's the more people that can speak out, the better we are, the better off we are. Sorry.
Agreed.